Welcome to Redesign My Life. I'm Twan, and thanks for coming along on my journey as I try to redesign my life, and you might be doing the same thing. So I ran across this article on Yahoo, and the title of it says, "After running for 15 years, I made this change and finally lost weight." I'm already thinking, holy shit, you've been running for 15 years and you finally found the answer and solution to not being able to lose weight? 15 freaking years? Now I'm as shocked as you are on this shit, so of course I started reading it, and overall, what changed was she changed her running routine. That's it? She started running different trails that was more intense and harder. Now I know what most of y'all are thinking, wow, can't believe it took that long for her to change her damn routine. And I'm thinking the same. But unfortunately, it happens to the best of us. So here's what I went through when I started working out. You know how it goes. You sign up for the gym, you do all the weights and treadmill stuff, and before the end of the day, on that first day you start working out, you stare and go to the ab cruncher machine. You know what I'm talking about. You start doing crunches and shit, and in your mind, it's a symbolic way of saying, I'm going to get this six-pack and get ripped. Well, after 3 months of doing crunches, I wasn't seeing the results I was wanting. My arms and chest were getting cut, my legs were toned, but nothing going on in the abs department. So I then went on to YouTube to find out why. This one guy on there said you could do 1,000 crunches a day and still not see any results. And he told me why. I needed to work harder on my core, more cardio, and eat leaner. I already know I'm guilty of not doing much cardio. And eating leaner? Well, I guess I have to admit I haven't been eating that clean. Sucks to admit. After that, it made sense. I started thinking, when was the last time you seen a guy with flabby arms or legs and have some ripped up abs? Unfortunately, the body doesn't work that way where you can only trim the abs and not trim the rest of your body, so that was a lesson learned there. So I can only imagine how many people do like me and work on their abs and not see any results. Ever. I have seen it many times at the gym, guys with Santa Claus-like bellies and crunching away. I wish I were able to tell them, hey, all those crunches aren't going to do you any good until you trim the rest of your body down, without insulting them. So back to the topic of being stuck on something for 15 years. Like I said, it happens to the best of us. I have seen people stuck in entry-level jobs 6, 7, 8, and even 10 plus years. And even though in their mind they want something different, they don't really do much to get them out of the job and find something else. It's tough, and I totally understand. You can get so stagnant and complacent you forget that you have or had goals and visions of trying to grow your career. And when you do get a spark, you pull up the job search in your company site and there's really nothing out there. And you get back to being stagnant again. I have seen some people try, but you can tell they weren't trying hard enough. Some people need to try harder compared to others, so the cycle continues where they feel they are worth more, but they aren't going out there enough to prove that they are really worth more. Let people know you are hungry for more skills and more pay. Not just once or twice, but over and over again till they start noticing you are effing serious. Show more initiative and eagerness to want to step up to the plate. Most people think they are just supposed to grind and get moved up. And years go by and nothing happens. I have been guilty of it, and once I realized that, I ran around like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to grow and move on to something different. And yes, it didn't happen overnight, but I kept pecking and eventually moved on to the next level. So to tie this in with the lady running for 15 years, she changed her routine and went on different trails and did things that was more intense and harder. For a lot of us in the working world, we have to do the same. We all know it's competitive out there, and not all of us are LeBron James types performers in the working world, where we work hard and people move you up and give you recommendations, etc. Not all of us are superstars. The only time most of us do a job search where we are increasing our intensity is when we are in jeopardy. when either we found out we're about to lose our job or when we are not working anymore. So, if you are currently working and want to somehow move up, you are going to have to treat it as such, like you don't have a job. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. Increase everything: your time, your effort, your energy, your networking, trying to add new skills. Speed up your direction. Change up that freaking routine like the running lady. Don't get in the blame game where you think the system is wrong, people trying to hold you back, and I'm not getting paid what I'm worth. If you reflect back, I guarantee you have seen people move on. You're just having a really hard time admitting that you have let yourself get in this position and situation. Next, I wanted to talk about relationships. I met this guy and he didn't start dating until his 30s, and honestly, he's only went on a few dates with one person. So his teens he never dated, high school no dates, college no dates, and after college no dates. The only time he decided to try was when he started seeing all his friends getting married off. The only way he's going to see any results is when he changes up his routine, get more desperate in wanting to date, just like trying to find a job. I know that sounds crazy and it's really rare to see that happen, somebody not going on dates until in their 30s. But it happens to people. Whether it's trying to get in shape when you are long overdue, or trying to get in or out of a relationship, or find a new job, or whatever else. I've even met this 60-year-old lady and she said she's never been out of the state she's lived in. She's always wanted to travel, but all I heard was excuses coming out of her mouth. I personally know some people I've met and got stuck in relationships for far too long. This one person stayed in a relationship where it was obvious to everyone on the outside and to her that there wasn't gonna be a good future together. But of course, like most people, they say we have been together for 5, 6, 7 years. I don't want it to go to waste. I totally understand that they put their time and energy into trying to make it work. And on the inside of the relationship, it's hard to break things off cleanly, especially if the other person is always begging for the other to stay and give it another chance. And of course, human emotions kick in. They feel pity for them and give it another shot for the 20th time. And the cycle continues over and over again. And even when some people are totally done with their relationship, they don't know how to get out. It's like they were never trained on how to break up with someone. So they continue wasting years with a person that doesn't make them feel fulfilled. I met this one lady, I felt bad for her. She was in a marriage for over 15 years. By the time she went through her divorce, her window of having kids was pretty much closed up. I asked her, how did she let it get that way? She said she just accepted it, got very complacent, and just lived day by day. And next thing you know, it's many years later. And she didn't know how the process of trying to start the process of a divorce. But she found out the process once he told her that he didn't want to be with her anymore. People do that all the time. They wait for something bad to happen, or they wait for other situations to happen before they start trying to move their life in a different direction. A more positive direction. Don't do that to yourselves. Don't do that to others. If things are clearly not working out, please move on for yourself or for the other person so they can be happy and create and redesign their life the way they want. It's painful and it's not easy, but life goes on for both sides. Just try to do it before it's too late. I know there's some quotes that say it's never too late to become what you should have done or become. Yes, there are many things that are never too late. But there are some missed opportunities in life that you will never get back and always live in regret. And yes, it's fucking too late. We are all here for a purpose, and I'm here to try to help as many people as I can become a better version of themselves. I'm Twan. Thanks for listening to my podcast and video. I will talk to you soon as we all travel on our journey towards whatever we're looking for.